I don't even think that's a dad joke. I think that's what you genuinely tell your kids.
That's just life. That's actually just life in general. Go to bed. Why are you here?
But if you put knock knock in front of any statement, it becomes a joke. So
see, the Finnish know about jokes.
The Finnish know about jokes. They know how to start it and they know how to finish it.
Oh my God.
I think that's a dad joke.
That is a dad joke. I'm learning from Abdullah, for real.
All right, Rohan, we are live.
Okay, people. Blessings, blessings, blessings. I like this. Are you ready for BYOB online? Just before we go live in the flesh, body flesh, and my flesh. Thank you so much for coming. We have got an amazing, amazing lineup. Like, I'm super excited. Like, if y'all see the people on the screen, I'm buzzing. First up, I want to give a big shout out to the first lady that's going to come up. Her name is Niloufar Nova. She's incredible. I've seen her live and online. So like, I'm just privileged to be like in the real world and the virtual world. She is awesome. And a lot of the poetry that she tackles has very, very deep and meaningful messages. So Niloufar, whenever you're ready, take the stage and just bless us, please.
Oh, Rohan, what a lovely introduction. How charming you are. You okay?
I'm blessed. I'm good. I'm learning dad jokes, so I'm nice.
There you go. Something new every day. You've been doing the rounds. Me and you got to catch up because I've seen you've been doing the rounds and the poetry circuit. Hello?
I'm there, but let's see what you got. Bring it to the stage. Cool. I'm ready.
So it's a brand new piece that I'm going to do today. And sometimes I just take different things inspire us. So sometimes it'll be I'm listening to music or I'm watching a film or something, but sometimes it's random things. So we all know that the Nike slogan is just do it. So this piece is called Just Undo It. Childhood drawings speak to us in ways that designs cannot. Childhood is blueprint at DNA level. Generational trauma is real. Our childhoods are our whole blueprint, very powerful stuff. We spend most of our teenage and adult lives recovering or playing out these effects in one way or another and on multiple levels. Some people through learning and healing eventually evolve, but many don't, and repeat the cycle and dysfunction. Throw in lived experience and nurture conditioning, it becomes a delicate melting pot of greatness or disaster, but we are never a finished or final product. We don't exist in absolutes, we live on a sliding scale spectrum of in-between spaces. Do you always have to go through hell to feel heaven? You have the whole universe within you. So I will sing a song for the universe inside you. I will peel back the sky and peer into your future dreams. You see, all our dances connect us to each other. Because we are human, we feel, we are not perfect, we make mistakes because we are human, and that is what makes us perfectly human. Sometimes life will feel like needles on the inside of your mouth, uncomfortable and painful, and then the adrenaline rush kicks in, and after we feel numb for hours. We disconnect from our pain by numbing our nerve receptors, but we should never numb our minds from our perceptions. We create rituals for routine, to honor, to remember, to repeat. We find it easier to replicate than relocate or innovate. We have learned to move in linear lines of time, but reality exists both inside and outside of the lines we draw ourselves into. Spiritually empty if you can't let go of the moments that have passed. You are blocking the path to new windows of light, and you can walk through doors, but not walls. We tell ourselves that our walls are built for safety, but mostly we build walls to keep things out. Open air under starry night skies allow us to breathe free because we strip away walls that divide us from the earth we are made of. So be undone, try not to try, be like the sky. In other words, be who you are. Not every rule works for every person, and not every thought needs to be shared. Not every share needs to be like. Rivers flow with their own rhythm and find ways to keep going, no matter the shape and the bends in the riverbed. Upstream, downstream, it will always find ways underneath, around or over, babbling brooks into waterfalls, white water rapids, serene, calm waters. The water only appears blue because it reflects the sky. We all know water is clear and has no colour, but we still call it the Emerald Sea. We are born clear, yet we take on the colours that we are taught the names of. What if everything you've been told is a lie? Find your truth, redesign your own blueprint, discover your treasure, define the measure. Who's counting? Records for recording, paperwork for shelves that exist in the clouds. Data is information, is code, and we give ours away so easily just to feel partly accepted, partly connected. Penny for your thoughts is too cheap of a price because knowledge is priceless. Your information and ideas hold unlimited value, and that's the truth. That's why they spend so much money trying to mold you, convince you that you need what they have to sell. Even if you don't know the dance steps, you know how to move. It's pure instinct. You know the dance. You know the path. Every movement of limbs is a dance, and we dance for hours every day of our life until we move no more and take our dance to a different dance floor. In a sense, everything is a dream. Everything is the shaman's dance to unlock time and space. They call Jesus crazy, just like they lock up schizophrenics. You can't repeat things infinite times. You can repeat things infinite times, but the outcomes won't change until you try and see it differently. They say broken mirrors bring bad luck. But what if mirrors are portals back to the future to see the past? We tell lies to protect those we love, but what are we protecting? Do broken people break people, or do broken people fix people who don't need to be fixed? We are all in search of more. We all want more. We attempt to jump into alternate realities, but the reality is real life is pretty amazing too. If you just stop to appreciate the seasons, the sunrise, the birds, the clouds, why do we need to be told we are worthy to believe it? Why do we need to be loved to feel it? Your power is within, and if you don't take up your space and own it, you're wasting the space you're taking up. So when you meet God every night in your bedroom, every time you close your eyes, look in the mirror or help another soul, acknowledge the beauty in the detail, relinquish your soul to eternity, just learn to undo it. Thank you.
Come on. And that is how you open a show.
God damn it.
Wow.
That was amazing.
There are so many questions in my mind right now. Like, you've literally...
Rohan, you can ask him. You got time.
Bro, like, I feel like my brain is the Matrix right now. Like, this, like you've opened up a whole box. The heaven and hell line, stop it right there. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then the broken person fixing, like, hey.
That's the thing, right? So what I love to do in my poetry is throw out questions, but not necessarily answer them, because that's what I believe we do in poetry, is we work through questions through our poetry. Do you know what I mean? All that we are, I call myself a prisoner of my own curiosity because I'm curious about so many things, right? So this is how I make sense of the world, is through my words. And that's the beauty of it, right? There's not always an answer. There's not always one answer. There's not always a right and wrong answer. There are answers, right? So this is why I like to pose questions, because you can answer them for yourself. And that's what I like to do. Like, it just makes you think, you know?
Listen, I like that. And everybody has their own perception or their own interpretation as well, which is really cool. So then you get more of like a world, like an all-rounder kind of point of view.
Yeah.
Neelofer never disappoints, you know. She's always on point. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for kicking us off and blessing us. I really appreciate it. And next, I'm not gonna lie, this next person, I don't think I've heard her poetry. So like, I'm literally gassed. I'm gonna sit back, sip some tea, eat a biscuit. Like I'm ready for Miss Chloe Oliver or Madame Chloe Oliver, or I don't really know titles, but I'm so ready. So the floor is yours.
Thanks. Hi, it's nice to meet you guys. It's my second time on here, so probably that's why we haven't met. I've done a little bit here and there off the test and rhymes with orange and things, but yeah, so there's a few people I still haven't bumped into yet. I've got a new poem today. I wrote it today. Why not? So it's kind of a bit of a test drive of it, and I hope that you like it. Blood diamonds and paper hearts gathered in my hopeful palms, decorated shavings of nature, rectangular danger and risks of failure, a collection of maybes waiting on a wager, strong possibilities of a stranger contorting normal behavior, bittersweet outcomes for a joker, hiding behind the disgrace of a poker face, the smile gets wider, the atmosphere acidic like vinegar, the foul taste of pending defeat folds on the tongue. The luck feels old, but the night still young. Speaking of young, the wild card sweeps the pack. Laddie Jack shouts about where the odds are stacked, among the two-toned rainbow of red and black. The rough edges now indenting the shallow trenches of skin holding together my fingerprints, nails searching between the layers for hints. The corners soften and fray, sweat on display, dripping silently, violently down the face. Stress disguised as passion for play. 52 chances, stick, twist, stay, dance away. Nerves shuffle across the bridge soon to be burnt, both winner and loser on their last turn. The empty feeling sprung from the noise of winnings being scraped in the opposite direction hurts. Not everyone gets what they should deserve. Who knew they'd have a royal flush? Always take a chance and always call their bluff. Back stacked now in a pile for a while, and time to step away from the deck. Just remember, you never truly know what card you'll be dealt with next.
Yo, come
Tell
on.
him again, Chloe.
Do you know what I mean? Come on. What? She made all of you pick up 52 cards.
Thank you.
And you wrote that today?
Yes, I wrote it on this scrappy piece of paper today.
Yo, I'm actually in awe. That is incredible.
Thank you.
You know what? There's one line that you said that really resonated. It's the luck feels old, but the night's still young. I think like that right there is just like, that's just beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
I want to follow you on Instagram now.
I will put my details in the note.
For real, I'm fangirling you. Trust me. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz, and thank you for coming and blessing us with new poetry. And don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger. I'll come back all the time.
I will do. I hear that their live show is coming up, and there's going to be more. Hopefully, fingers crossed it stays that way.
Yeah. Am I allowed to say when the show's?
Yeah. You know what? Actually, I might take this one over as well, because we're not just going to announce the 24th, but we're also going to announce the 7th of June with the one, the only Late Speaks headlining.
Come on.
So we have the 24th of May with Aisha Therese, and then we have the 7th of June with Late Speaks, and then we have another show where BYOB presents Poem and Nouveau on the 21st of June. Then we're back again in July twice. One of those July shows is in collaboration with one of our friends who isn't with us right now on the show, but you'll find out more about that show in the future. And we have shows all the way up until the end of August. In fact, we actually are going to take one Monday off, which is the 30th of August for Notting Hill Carnival, because we know when we aren't going to win. So that's the that's the only time when we won't have a show. But we're going to have a show once every 2 weeks throughout the whole of summer, and it's all part of Mindful Mondays at Box Park, Wembley. But tickets are live for the 24th of May, and they are about to be sold out. There are less than 18 tickets left. And it's only 65 on the night as well, guys. Remember, we still are under quarantine rules for the time being, which means we can only have a maximum of 65 bodies inside that room. So make sure you get there early. The doors will open from 6:30. The open mic will open up from 6 o'clock because I'll be there setting up. But we want to have as many people either locked in at home with us. We don't want to hear about people being there in spirit. No, you're either there watching at home or you're watching with us live at the show. And you do not want to miss our nights coming up because we cannot wait to have you back as well. And you know what? Lay Speaks, the legend, has actually just joined us on Instagram. If you want to watch this on good quality, please do join us on YouTube, because all you can see right now is Rohan and only a part of Rohan's face, because I'm literally taking a video of Rohan's face.
Swear.
It's just
Oh, allow it. That's not a face you want to see all the time. No, I'm joking. That's rude.
Yeah, please do join us. We want to see you in person. We want to see you live. We want to see you on the 24th of May. We want to see you on the 7th of June with Lay Speaks, whose EP is coming out on the 4th of June.
Come on, I like that. I like that. Listen, be there or be square, innit? Do you know what I mean? Now we're gonna move on to our next act. I've actually like seen her on BYOB quite a lot. I've even kind of blessed a stage with her on BYOB virtually, of course, because you know lockdown is lockdown. And I absolutely love her poetry. I love it, and it is the wonderful, the blessed, the greatest Angela. How do I pronounce your last name? That's really tough.
Don't. I'll do it myself. It's okay.
Angela, just don't pronounce her last name. Angela.
Yes, it's Yaosheva. It's Yaosheva, yes. All the way from Russia, all the way from St. Petersburg. Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. And I hear that's the last online open mic. Am I right?
We might be back soon. We might be back.
Okay, might. I like the modality. Okay, so then I will not say my teary goodbye speech and like thank you speech for keeping me alive throughout the quarantine. All right, so thank you, Rohan, for your kind words. Thank you so much for your welcome. It's so great to see so many familiar faces here. Yeah, it's been quite a while since I performed live, so this is my new poem that I'd love to share with you. It's called Intermission. Intermission in between acts seems to take its toll on me. Haven't I had enough of tuition to last me a lifetime? Haven't I earned my honorary degree in precision, ambition for my labor to come to fruition? Salt and water dissipate. What is there to anticipate? When I was little, my mom used to wipe my forehead with water and pray, jinxes and demons and bad dreams away. How do I do this now, mother? What do I say? What do I say? Because I pull myself together now every day, mother, every day. I cut my nails short not to scar my own face and try hard as I may. I'm sensing decay, hold on to my limbs while they sing me their heels, but the words don't fall through. I'm no longer a human, I'm merely a form made of clay. What shape am I bound to take? What geometry? Will it resemble a white noise or poetry? Will I induce a symphony or cacophony? Am I still in the early years of my biography? To float or to participate when you've been dealt with check and mate? I put their words in my head. You will go far, they said. No question about it, they said. But the more that they said, the more widespread my dread. What if I've been lied to? What if I've been tricked and misled? I wrote their words on my skin. You've got to always win. No question that you're born to win, but I can't seem to win, though I spin and I spin. So where are those believers? Just look at the state that I'm in. I put his words on my tongue. You're just so naive and young, a child who's dramatic and young. Well, I may have been young, but I've climbed up each rung, thought I've earned it, deserved it, so how come I feel so undone? Step 1, admit to it. Cry out, buckets and buckets, grieve it, be with it. Step 2, feed yourself, bathe yourself, let in and let out, no need to be sturdy or stout. Step 3, blessed be. Sleep well, my darling, rest your head, where all of these combats occur, all of this bloodshed. How do I set the record straight when broken pieces, desolate. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Yo, you've got a wicked like rap flow. I love it. Seriously, I love it. Like, it's so cool. Like that your cadence, and then like your rhyme schemes as well. Like, I love the way your rhyme schemes just flow into the sentences. Like, it's not always at the end of the sentence. I think that's really clever.
Thank you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being there.
So I'm ready for like a Russian cipher. Like, I'm ready. See, she's on it. Let's go. So thank you so much for having me, Angela. I'm gonna try to learn your last name as well. I'll try to learn it.
No worries. But thank you.
It's Yao Shaver. Just say it once, bro. Just Yao Shaver.
Yao.
Okay, here we go. Russian masterclass.
Yao Shaver.
Yao Shaver. Beautiful. Oh, music to
Oh, is that
my ears.
right? Sweet. I am booking tickets. All right, well, thank you so much, Angela. I really, really appreciate you coming through and just blessing us with the stage. Like, I love it, absolutely love it. Next up, we have Alex. Alex has just got like the most humblest, like just beautiful voice. She's coming all the way from Finland, I believe. Finland, I think, maybe. And she's just gonna bless the stage. Like, I'm sipping tea and eating biscuits. I'm ready. Alex, this is all you.
Thank you for the intro. The poem that I'm sharing today is called Chaos Theory. I'm just gonna put one sentence from this important website called Wikipedia about the chaos theory. Okay, let me start. Do you love me? Do you love me not? Love me not. Love me. Love means me, fill me, give me more flowers, pick them one by one. Oh, but where have they gone? Who has picked them? Everyone fell, lost their way. We cannot pray. Our feet have not been washed and our footprints do not fade. They step on floors where Buddha is being kept as little more than home decor, despite the billboards written in English, so there's no excuse. It is wrong to use Buddha as decoration or tattoo. It does not fade. There is a sillage of burnt hair, but we do not mourn. Instead, we move the dead out of their resting place to be on full display. Lost our way, looking at things that are not meant to be seen. The scripture peels off. Please don't unwrap these dressings. Pandora's history has taught you already, even though you have the tools to raid this tomb, please don't melt the gauze or knock on these hardened bombs. Time will not open its palms. There's nothing it has to give back to you without a curse. Now the cosmos does not move with ease. We are not at ease. We do not know how to love something living without destroying. Jungles grow gray with age, and concrete seeds sprouts from cement, towers above to scrape the sky like Icarus, learning how to fly. But he is not bird enough to keep his feathers off the ground, is not humble enough, and the sun is melting with fires that run wild, looking to replace oxygen with development, while we are taught to replace intuition with reason, to replace human with internet connection, to rip the petals off one by one. Oh, but where have they all gone? Who did it? Did it hurt, though, if it was not heard? Was it heard if it was quiet enough to be ultrasonic sounds the plants make when they are in pain? But how can we hear the cries of a forest being torn apart when we don't even hear each other? When we silence the protester out in the streets and then the musician that sings for their land to be free are thrown into cells so they don't see the sun anymore. Some don't know hope anymore, say Palestine is becoming a myth, a land where you cannot see the sunrise anymore without an eclipse of smoke and sounds that are either silenced or sensationalized. Our feet have not been washed, and we make claims to be man-made, modern, and we don't even hear the sirens when they scream, because we don't believe anymore in magical beings or in the spirit of inanimate things. We forget there is power in our words to feed or starve our souls. The soul is compressed, commercialized, and commodified. We do not ask about the cost. It has now become a debt. It grows with interest. The tourist visits, and the Cherokee wears a headdress, even though it is not their custom. And the hula dance is a spectacle instead of ritual. The orphans are told to smile and hide their bruises. The elephant shows off its tricks, but its body has been emptied of spirit. Scripture peels off. When my spirit leaves, please give my body to the birds. Except now the tourist has interest, and the Tibetan monk has to tell them that in order to see what they paid for, a sky funeral, they must kindly wait another day. Maybe then another person will pass away. In each instance, there's a crime that is not repaid. Cruelty accumulates while heaven's gates are closing in, while good and evil are at war against each other in dissonance instead of being one as nature. Just one. Butterfly flaps its wings, starts a wind. Somewhere a typhoon begins. Ice melts, volcanoes implode, the sirens scream. Our blessings could not be heard. They have lost their way. We do not pray, and our feet have not been washed. Our footprints do not fade, and there's a sillage of burnt hair. But we do not mourn the dead. We claim instead to be man-made, that this is the modern day, and we do not let the cosmos move with ease. We are not at ease. We do not know how to love something living without possessing, to admire without destroying, without ripping each petal off, one by one, wondering if we are loved. My love, tell me, where have all the flowers gone? Who has picked them? Who can stop them? Everyone.
Yo. Do you know what?
Tell
Yeah,
him again. Tell him again.
the best way to describe your poetry is it's a moment. Like honestly, you capture us in a moment. And like, I don't even want to be released from that moment. Like everything that you were speaking about was just facts and truths. And it's not even about making us think, because like thinking is the first step. It's about making us act on what we're thinking about. Like your poetry makes people act on what they're thinking about. And like, honestly, like you are just incredible.
Thank
Like,
you
you
so
are,
much. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
nah,
I think for me, like this poem is just like, because I think there's so many things that you see around you all the time, and it's like really difficult to process in other ways because it feels like everything is like connected to each other somehow. Yeah.
wow, listen, I'm a proper fan, Kev, of you. Like proper. Just thank you so much.
Likewise. And thank you for the space again and for listening.
That's good. I'm gonna need some more tea. Like it's getting emotional. I'm gonna need some more tea and biscuits. Like, I have to run to the shop. Cool. Next up, we've got an amazing person. I remember like the first time I heard this lady, I was like, yo, she's flames. And I'm hearing her again. Like, I'm just actually gassed I get to hear her poetry again. And it is, without further ado, I bring to the stage the most illustrious, beautiful, and she has like way better ahead of me. Temi speaks.
Hi, thank you, Rohan. Thanks.
That's cool.
Yeah, got something here.
I love it. I'm well feeling it.
Cheers. I think there's a lot, but you know, you can all see my face still.
Yeah. We can hear you clear as well.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna do this poem called Life Lessons. It's the latest one I've written. It was inspired by realizing I should listen to my mom about a few things. So here we go. Turn the page over. It's the same book, just a new page. Like getting older. It's the same year, just a new age. See, everything seems new now. New and shiny, just like reflectors. But you need to be careful about new friends, because there's friends and then there's data collectors. Be careful not to be too hard-headed, because there's a point to all those lectures.
You gotta start that again.
You can be one out of the...
that again. Data collectors. I love that line.
So wheel it back, wheel it back. No.
Right.
Pull it back.
Turn the page over. It's the same book, just a new page. Like getting older. It's the same year, just a new age. See, everything seems new now. New and shiny, just like reflectors. But you need to be careful about new friends, because there's friends and then there's data collectors. Be careful not to be too hard-headed. There's a point to all of those lectures. See, you can be one out of the two. One who listens to others, or one who makes the mistakes yourself for them to ring true. And it's true. I'm the latter. Like reaching for honey and there's bees I've never seen before. They look fuzzy and the buzz sound warm. It looks tempting like the seashore. That's before you go in and see more. Like you see what's deeper and what warrants the sea's roar. Like you're in the air and you land hard like an unbalanced seesaw. Like the friend your mum warned you about that you don't know anymore. And I'm sure the new always looks shiny. Is that why there's commitment issues? Oh, my heart feels so tiny. Why? I like things when they're bright and new, like every first date I think I could marry you. And then the day after it's no longer new. See, she said you need to be careful about who you let in, because I've been with him 5 times and I still feel like I don't know him. I'm impatient to growing, to really knowing, or maybe I fear anyone that comes near, because once upon a time I didn't listen. She thought nothing could affect her. Speaking in the third person, a professional deflector, she should have listened when she heard there's friends and there's data collectors. And it's always a bit too late when you realize there's a point to all those lectures. But I get it, because 20 years from now, there'll be something new, a new you. And you'll be telling them the same things and dropping the same clues, but you'll be powerless to what they do, because there'll be one out of the two. One who listens to you, or one who makes the mistakes themselves for it to ring true, and it's true. What would you call that? The circle of life? Who really behaves? Who really comes out unscathed? Because no matter what it is, either the universe or your mum will teach you life lessons. And it makes you who you are. Even though the blessings feel like curses, sometimes I want to do over, sometimes I want to rehearse this, because I am one of the two. Not always feeling stable, like the clues I didn't grapple. Like Eve offering that fruit, but we need accountability. There's a reason it's called Adam's apple. I'll say that again, because it's something we need to tackle. Like Eve offering the fruit, the accountability. There's a reason it's called Adam's apple. And I'll go first in this new life. I feel like Adam. The apple was stuck in my throat. That was a pill I found hard to swallow. I could have saved myself the sorrow if I was the other one out of the two. So when I write to my younger self, I'll say, leave the experiences on the shelf, but she won't listen, because she's one out of the two. Ones who listens to others, or one who makes mistakes themselves for it to ring true. And it's true. I'm the latter. But what matters is I'm here, right? Because things happen how they happen. So I guess the past is perfect. We're all only human, and I'm a rich excuse for a woman, because those lessons made me, and so did the regret of not listening sooner. But I always toast to life. You've got to find humor in the trauma. When I was trapped, I couldn't breathe. It felt like a sauna, detoxing everything I felt I was meant to be. And unfortunately, hindsight is a scarce commodity. Opposed to authority, I had no other path. But it's those life lessons that made me and still make me. Thank you.
Yo, you gotta do me a favor. You gotta do me a favor. Please say the Eve line again, please, and the Eve Adams apple line.
Okay. Because I'm one out of the two. Not always feeling stable, like the clues I didn't grapple. Like Eve offering the fruit, but we need accountability. There's a reason it's called Adam's apple.
That's a t-shirt right there. That's a t-shirt. That is a summertime t-shirt right there.
Thank you so much.
Oh, your penmanship is strong. Hey. And I'm not even jealous of the hair. Like, oh, watch that. So last minute thing.
You can get there. Just a few more years.
Okay. 10 years. Nah, but beef for real, like, just wow. Like, proper, again, making us think. I like the way, like, everyone's come on here and just making people think differently. I love that. I love that. From Nilofer's questions to, you know, the Eve line. What? I'm so gassed. And the data collectors, like, Abdullah doesn't wheel people up for nothing, you know. Let's just put it that way. Like, listen, B, thank you so much for coming on. Do you know what I mean? Truly, truly blessing us. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thanks so much.
That's cool. And yeah, I believe that is going to conclude our second half. I'm talking rubbish. Our first half, even. Imagine I'm trying to speed time. I'm gonna drop a little piece. I think because everyone's making people think, I want to make people think today as well. So I'm gonna drop this piece that was inspired by The Matrix. In fact, it was inspired by The Matrix. So this piece is called Unplugged Thoughts. The Matrix isn't a film, it's a documentary. So let me document these thoughts and see how much this movie flick resembles reality's tales. We're caught up in a system. Would you take the red pill or the blue pill? For that Labour red or Tory blue? For every red Indian's blood stained on the American red, white and blue, or for every blue collar worker that's put to work to dirty their hands whilst the union jacks another piece of the check to keep us in check? Is your brain tangled in a void where sun kisses are sunken? And you don't know how far the rabbit hole goes? Alice has been assassinated because she knows too much, so you're tumbling, falling, downloaded into a systematic format that has labeled your design as incompatible, as if you've colored outside the lines or your color resides outside the line, and every line of code that is coded into the line strings are so long on puppet strings, marionette to the marionette man that plays man for puppets. Ever had that feeling where you're not sure if you're awake or dreaming? How many frequencies have frequently been absent from your internals computer, where your processor doesn't process but protests against the frequency hurts because the frequency hurts? All that hurt doesn't mean you feel pain, but that doesn't mean you can't get hurt. It's conscious versus subconscious, reality versus hypnosis, and there are more people in this world that are asleep than you could ever dream of. If real is what you can feel, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brainwaves. They say we only use 10% of our brain. So what if I adopt the Lucy method and start to apply more brain function? I'm not saying I'll be able to stop time, but I can definitely stop the absorption of lies and enter a matrix realm where I matrix the realm and decode the roads of codes. The rows of rows will hope they surely give no control for you to hold. So break the hold and row your boat. Don't stay afloat. Hold down the download. Look deeper than the front cover and assimilate the system simulator that tries to simulate a false sense of stimulation. Unfortunately, no one can tell you what the matrix is, but knowledge of truth brings you closer to... Sorry, that was a glitch. Knowledge of truth brings you closer to being alive. Like a splinter in your mind driving you, man, it's the questions that drive us. It's the questions that brought us here. With questions, there are only answers where you can find oracles in oracy. To believe in everything you're told is to let others row your boat with no control over the steering. You're not steering out of control. You're steering into control of a system that is designed to keep you categorized, because what do all men with power want? More power. The first 7 years of your life, your frequency is lower than consciousness. You're a sponge. Before you can become conscious, you need to have programs downloaded. You're absorbing all that's around you, your parents, siblings, communities, and transform the conformity of those rules as the foundation in your memory banks. Your brain vibrates on theta, where you're able to morph the world like Morpheus. You're more alive then than you are now, because the imagination of a child is realer than the reality of an adult. Is that freedom? How many rules do you need to follow the function of society? Are you advancing the Agent Smith to be the common in community? Understanding your significance is a danger, conformists. Ever occurred to you why the agent is a Smith? Smith is the most commonly used surname, banding individuals together and labeling them as one so the individual isn't visible when you visualize you as a person. They'd rather you multiply under one format that ticks a box when you tick the box on every form that checks you off the checklist. That's another form of control. Is there bliss in ignorance? Turning a blind eye doesn't make anything stop. It merely shows that you stop looking at what's around you. So when the bliss of euphoria starts to glitch and you see the cracks in the code, the black behind the green starts to get cracked behind the green, and that white light spills out truth like a white knight. How much does the mind need to unlock? And how far outside the box do you need to think in order to be free? I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it. Can you mind map that? Can your legs walk solo? The man has been playing machine all along. Aren't we humanity? Or are we so plugged into the matrix that our DNA reads as code green, but seen as code red? Because our cells are being locked in a virtual cell or displayed in squares that are locked within virtual boxes. Their sentiment isn't sentient. They meant to entrap you. That's entrapment. Where the machine will make you more machine-like and the hue in your humanity will be dimmed until dull becomes viral. What does it mean to bring war against the machine? Where Guns N' Roses will bring about a Black Sabbath after Foo Fighters. We have to bang back at every bang clapped illegally. We purchase roses for those that are gone too soon. Flowers don't bring back the dead. They only resemble the dead that lay in boxes while we walk around in white rooms filled with TV screens. Big Brother is watching you. I know you're there. I can feel you now. I have CC'd every truth into this poem for every CCTV that tries to capture my moment and data drive my mind to a road of unquestionable compliance. I don't compute. I nailed the matrix and decoded the Holy Trinity to Morpheus, a monk-like frequency, and disrupt the waves of the waves. I'm linked to my EM pulse. To deny our own impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us human. What's really going to fry your brain later on is, would you still have had these thoughts if I hadn't recited this poem? Perhaps I'm asking the wrong questions. That's me, thank you.
That's why we love you.
Yeah, man, that's that piece. Personally, I think The Matrix is a documentary. Like, that's just me. I feel like it resembles a lot about life, and I wanted to try to express my opinions about life within that poem. So that was that. But thank you guys for listening to everybody in the first half. Like, honest to God, the flames. Hey, I need to turn off my heating now. Just been absolutely incredible. And I believe Abdullah is going to bring some music and some blessings as we go into a little intermission. And then we're going to come back with more fire, because why should we cool you down? Why
should we call you down? You are now with DJ SoftSpoken. You are listening to BYOB Radio. Up next, when the hashtag has gone, Mr. Melise. Go get your drinks, get your popcorn. We'll be back in 15 minutes here on BYOB.
Well, I suppose that was nice, weren't it? Everybody stopped and thought about you for a day. For a moment there, you felt like people could relate, and you're reading posts on their page like, it's okay not to be okay. But it's easy for them to say, 'cause now they've all gone away and you're the only one that has to stay. and I can sense that you're frightened. Your chest has just tightened and your senses are heightened. The fight that you're fighting must be terrifying. Shrouded in darkness and just trying to let that light in. You even thought about dying, but hold on. Lamb of God with the strength of a lion, life goes on. Tell yourself that you matter. Let yourself know that you're number one. And when that thought pattern's begun, you start to undo what those voices have done. Cause they've been getting worse for years and I hear that. Sat behind the shower curtain for hours and wiping tears back. But now I'm certain if you're empowered or your demons will fear that. You've been dreaming you'd see that. From the day they tormented you. From the first time you withdrew and your bestie lost a friend in you. No one's taught what you're meant to do. On your side or theirs, but I'm sure they still care. And if you called, they'll be there. But if they're not the ones to console your soul, they'll be there when you're ready though. Try not to let go and read between these lines. Know that we all pretend to be fine when we're posting online. Yes, your reflection has imperfections like mine. And yes, I feel like throwing the towel in sometimes. But I say that with sensitivity and every sincerity. Cause you and only you can understand the severity of your sense of despair and your insecurities. When you put on that brave face and pretend it's alright. When you lay in bed all day and when you can't sleep at night. Holding your pillow tight, muddled and stressed, upset for no reason in puddles of sweat. As a child when you were sad, did mum cuddle you then? Have you lost her now, or have you flown the nest? Did relations break down or are you seeing her less? Cause when it hurts us, it feels like we all need to be nurtured. Instead you're wandering alone and feeling misunderstood. So come on, come out from the woods, build a network around you. There's support out there, you'll be glad that you found too. Give them a piece of your mind, cause you need peace of mind. Don't look back at the demons that you're leaving behind. And people, be kind. Show support when there's flashbacks. Show them that to you they mean more than a hashtag. Cause mostly society stigmatizes anxiety. But if you can hear me, I promise you won't suffer quietly.
Mr. Milize. Mr. Milize. The hashtag has gone. APM spoken word. Mr. Milize. Move on. Another favourite. It's going to be live with us. Our headline on 7th of June. Lay speaks with.
You know, sometimes.
I am Vincent van Gogh. And this is your exhibition. Now understand. I'm not a rapper or a writer. I'm an illustrator. Half innovator, yet half imitator. So every time that I scribe, I aim to visually describe every drug I'm on and why my paintbrush is known for brilliant lines. This pull right here that I've been prescribed is as bitter as a million limes. A million rhymes, but there's no message in these letters unless this royal melt is happy with the delivery. First class. Yeah, I went to uni, but my most memorable lesson, it didn't even come in a lecture, but in my third class. But anyway, welcome to the gallery. Now, come this way while I display my dismay that last May I lost the job due to my own incompetence. Please, close the door behind you, I tell you this in confidence. The vivid image you will see is what I call the consequence of fixing what I fake to be in order for some compliments. You might call that a portrait. Like my incapability to open up about my problems. I don't do it often, but allow me to portray. Why I never knew who to tell that I am cuckoo upstairs, but you should never judge a house by the doorway. If you look to your left, you'll see a vintage piece of myself, aged 8 when Buzz Music Quiz on PS2 was my idea of foreplay. Take a couple steps from that immature phase and we'll fast forward. Now it's like years since I craved the buzz that I get from a Woody. Just as you are silently questioning how many drops went over your head, look up to the ceiling. I call this painting. Why does bad come fast but leaves slow? Well, I push good people away and wonder why I'm so low. See, the thing about this piece is I kept it so high because I feel so low. And to procrastinate for 4 days is really not my forte, but somehow I push me, myself, and I to the side and cry that I feel 4th place. irrelevant. Still, I keep my head raised with elegance while I prepare that oh so bitter medicine. I'm no vet, but right now I'm addressing all these elephants. Cause when I thought there were some artists that I may never draw better than, I nearly nuked this whole gallery in the name of comparisons. Cause I've had dreams dashed on the floor, then feeling forced to step on them. Cause if idols become rivals, how on earth can I compete with veterans? But this is more than poetry, and this is more than reverence. This is a man opening a closet to his skeletons. You wanna know if I'm still broke? This is more than evident. And this is more than a painter with emotional intelligence. This gallery is colorful and bright to represent different feelings. See, I was born with the paintbrush and I haven't put it down ever since. It all started as a kid. Sunflower who, despite going through the season, seemed to be inflicted by the rain rather than feeding off of it for growth. I guess we know the root of my problems. Lack of emotional intelligence towards a sensitive seed. The seed who never quite realized he would blossom into a bouquet of beauty.
Tell him.
I am Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. That was Lay Speaks with Vincent van Gogh. We can't wait to have him on the 7th of June. We can't wait to see him on the 7th of June at Box Park, Wembley. Our second show. Remember, our next show is on the 24th of May. And now next, Miss Yankee, Poetica, YA. This is LF Music, baby. Credentials. Poetica, YA, Miss Yankee. Let's go.
Rod to the power of 3. Blood from a dragon on heat. I am the level you'll never complete. You're not on my level, you better retreat. My pen is a devil on devilish beats. I revel in heat, don't meddle with me. The levels are deep. I'm under the sea. Catch me breathing. 10,000 leagues under weaving. Webs of wonder. Nanny's daughter clap like thunder. I am the wave. You sure can't run from me. I feed the earth, birth new life, glide through tides, circle like moon. Phases of the pharaohs I move through. Atlantis like I don't have a care. Float to the surface, I'm so focused. Most don't even notice I stay smoother than an oyster on the ocean floor. Blessed is the water that breaks the dawning of a daughter. Rebirth with words, my breath's the tides. In, out, low, high, tides, full, tides, rise. I'm always moving. Even when my water's still, I'm still always moving. I stay connected to the movement. I pour feminine libation in celebration of my womb. Miss Yankee. Creeping. I won't sleep on myself while you stay sleeping. Deep in myself while you stay dreaming. Feeling myself while you stay feeling. See him in myself while you stay preying. Tell me, how much crud should I judge before deciding that's not me? How can I shrug off the lights of the Most High's divine gift? So many energies from enemies preaching to teach this. Tell me how you declare word when you're not a wordsmith. People powerful switch as the power uplifts with a powerful wish and his powerful wrist. Tell me how I'm down to write out words in verse so clearly. Tell me how he allows me to hear what I've heard, so hear me. Like the directions do you go, but the energy flows in reverse. I am aligned 4 times 1 since my birth. All of his blessings while I am left in praying. I'm letting, I'm not upset. Things do not get deep until I deep his favor. Crud, you wanna talk crud? Then let's talk our creator. Holy, smoking these lines. As I deep, I'm divine and I reap what I rhyme. If I speak of a time when the lies of the blind lead the wise to demise, I won't try to deny that I left what was right. Just ascribe out these lines, just the right of the righteous. So no, there's no winning when the wicked ain't like us. But hey,
I'm on it. Coming for the cup. Goblet, sip from the chalice. After a sup, filling my belly, but not up to the top. Forever I'm shelling. Getting the guap won't come to a stop till I reach each stepping stone. Take a breath, re-strategize. See me, I'm setting zone, setting tone, setting pace. Walk alone to a foreign place. Get the gold, forget the chase. When I'm on my throne, don't look in my face. I'm focused and I'm disciplined. If I hear a voice that hails from on high, best believe I'm listening. I'm glistening. I already told you about the light that shines with the quickening. The quilling, the drill is sickening. Reveal the deal with a sprinkling. I'm focused and I'm disciplined. disciplined. If I hear a voice that hails from on high, best believe I'm listening, I'm glistening. I already told you about the light that shines with the quickening. The quill and the drill is sickening. Reveal the deal with a sprinkling.
Music, baby.
All of us are actualizations of the Almighty, awesome and all likely to adorn auras of brightness before buying into being belittled by beings of frequencies below 90. Beauty bestowed by blessings beyond binary boundaries. Bun Babylon, become brave, be bold. Carve connections carefully. Craving companionship can cause calamity. Don't dilly-dally, delaying decisions will definitely disrupt your destination. Dreadful dogmas, diminishing destinies, described as deities demanding duties, establishing energies. Enough empathy to emotionally elevate your enemies. Ecstasy enhances everything, especially when entering entities. Eventually, fickle feelings fall far from the facade fabricated by forever. Friendship forged from fear of facing fallacies, fictitious fantasies, famished families, grieving in this gentrification generation. Greed generated by grounds getting gated. God-given gifts gradually getting gutted. Gangsters grabbing guns. How far has our hesitation helped heartlessness? Hatred has homes held hostage. Heal the hippocampus. Hunger has a horrid history. HMP holds hurt humans humbled by hindering how they heal. Imagine ignoring the importance of injustice imposed by incarceration. It's interesting. I immediately identify the institution, imprison the impoverished, isolating insurgents, just so the jury can judge. Join justice, justify Judas's jealousy towards Jesus. Keyword knowledge. Kids known for killing. 2K18 kinda keeps kings kneeling. Kemet lost. Literally leaving leaders looking like liars. Logic left lethargic. Listen. Love lightens load, so live lovingly. Maniacal men make madness mandatory. Money is meaningless. Mesmerize many while manipulating a medulla, making nerves non-compliant, numb, nil, nothing, nada. Narcissist nonsense, neutralize nature. Necessity nullified by nihilism. Neo and a Nebuchadnezzar, only the one can open the orifice. The oracle offered options, omit or overcome. Abstain from oppressing one's optics.
Enter your mind.
I am Shahid. Broken pen. An alphabetical slaughter. Up yet. Letter O.
Overdose on oxygen. Prana penetrates the pineal perfectly. People prefer procrastinating, pretending power is physical. Psychological prisons patrol a person's purpose. The Pied Piper plays his piccolo. Picture Pythagoras, quietly quantifying questions by the quarry. There's quality and quantity in my quill. Quintessential rights removed, rapidly rewriting rules of reality. Righteousness ridiculed, rotten relationships run ravaged. Run away? Really? Running ruins realization, so stay secure. Seek serenity. Solitude solidifies when you surrender to the sanctum. This speech is serendipity. The soul succumbs to softness. Take time. Treasure today. The truth is temporary. Think telepathically. Train the thalamus thoroughly. Transcend your terrestrial teva. Unify universally. You're usually up Uranus. What an understatement. Ugly and unhappy. Unplug the umbilical. Utilize the unknown, upper class or unrefined vent. Villains, violence, vermin, verily vacuum your vivid visions. Victimize viciously, validate your value. Vulgar vessels are vague and vitalized virtually in a vortex. Variety in volumes, wade in the water. Why was whitewashing what was wit's world on workers welcome with warrant while we wonder when will Wakanda weaponize its warriors? Where's Waldo? Wealthy. Worshipped with the wrath of war weighing woefully. X chromosomes are the X factor when engaging in XXX. Why? Making us X-Men. But they want to keep it X-rated. You yearn to yank yourself from yesterday. Years ago you were younger. Youthfulness only in yearbooks. Yes, YOLO, but don't yo-yo. Yield yin and yang inside of the yoni. Youngling zoned in a zygote with zero zeal for Zion. Love the motherland. Essential to my point like Zaire. Warriors clan together like the Zulu. All we need is Zen. Don't sleep on anything I've just said from A to Z.
Broken pen. I am Shahid. In any form. Come back. 1 and 1. Loki. Long live Palestine. This is BYOB Radio, and we'll be back after the following song. I've been DJ SoftSpoken.
This is for Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank, Gaza. This is for the child that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine, long live Gaza. Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank, Gaza. This is for the child that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine. While we listen to tunes made by ignorant fools, Israel blocked the UN from delivering food. They bring in the troops and you won't even glimpse of the news. They make money off the products that we're quick to consume. And it's not simply a question of differing views. Forget emotions, this is facts. What I spit is the truth. Makes no difference if you're a Christian or if you're a Jew. They're just people living in different conditions to you. They still die when you bomb their schools, mosques and hospitals. It's not because of rockets, please God, can you stop this all? I'm not related to the strangers on the TV, but I relate, cause those strangers could have been me. Words could never ever explain the raw tragedy. It's not a war, they're just murdering more rapidly, and we are automatically supporting pure savagery. Imagine how you feel if this was your family. Sing it with me now. Free, free Palestine. 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 Palestine remains in my heart forever. We stand for peace, times of war. We shan't surrender. Remember, it didn't start in this dark December. Every coin is a bullet if you're Marks and Spencer. And when you're sipping Coca-Cola, that's another pistol in the holster of them soulless soldiers. You say you know about the Zionist lobby, but you put money in their pocket when you're buying their coffee. Talking about revolution sitting in Starbucks. The fact is, that's the type of thinking I can't trust, let alone even start to respect. Before you talk, learn the meaning of that scarf on your neck. Forget Nestle. Obama promised Israel 30 billion over the next decade. They're trigger happy and they're crazy. Think about that when you're putting Huggies nappies on your baby. Sing it with me now. Free, free Palestine. 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 This is not just a war over stolen land. Why do you think little boys are throwing stones at tanks? And we'll never really know how many people are dead. They drop bombs on innocent girls while they sleep in their bed. Don't get offended by facts, just try and listen. Nothing is more anti-Semitic than Zionism, so please don't bring bad vibes when you speak to me. There's plenty of rabbis that agree with me. It's your choice what you do with this message, don't get it confused. I view this from a human perspective. How many more resolutions have to be violated? How many more children have to be annihilated? Israel is a terror state, they're terrorists that terrorize. I testify my television, televise them telling lies. This is not a war, it is systematic genocide. But whatever they try, Palestine will never die. Sing it with me now. Free, free Palestine. 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 This is for Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank, Gaza. This is for the child that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine. Long live Gaza. Palestine, Ramallah, West Bank, Gaza. This is for the child that is searching for an answer. Wish I could take your tears and replace them with laughter. Long live Palestine. Long live Gaza.
That was Low Key with Long Live Palestine. Long live Gaza. This is BYOB Radio. We should be back on in the next 5 minutes. We're just waiting for Rohan to come back from his break. But for the time being, whilst we wait for him, we'll play another song. This time it's Shady, Fit For Me.
She never liked rap, I got her into it. I got her into it. She never liked rap, I got her into it. She never liked rap, I got her into it. She never liked rap.
Let's go.
Brother stuck in the past like Morse code. Burst through the hip hop scene like Omar, hearts like North Pole. LOL, what have I caused though? LOL, what have I caused though? I make a man spit for me, down on one knee with a ring for me. Cause once I pass on the mic and I'm like, here fam, what you really gonna bring for me? I make a chick spit to it, my bar's got a nice little ring to it. Never chat shit on the mic so the girls they like, but I'm like, yeah, she's into it. I make a chick spit to it, my bar's got a nice little ring to it. Never chat shit on the mic so the girls they like, but I'm like, yeah, she's into it. I got her into it, she never liked rap, I got her into it. I got her into it. She never liked rap, I got her into it. Stop, calm down, take a breather. Called it a tantrum when it was a seizure. Lay there frothing out the mouth, epileptic. Had to do a madness, tick off the checklist. Had to do a sit up, go and take an exit. Knew I had to leave now, had to do a Brexit. Cancer science of a mind, we just stuck out. Getting bare hype like a chick when she rock out. 5'4", I get raw. Got a bit bored of banging on doors. So I blew down the yard when I blew down the yard. Got a big heart, but when it gets sore, heads get parted, scarred. Like Shay, why you going on like that? Spitting some truth, going in so hard. I don't give a fuck, I'm true like that. I make a man spit for me, down on one knee with a ring for me. Cause once I pass on the mic and I'm like, here fam, what you really gonna bring for me? I make a chick spit to it, my bar's got a nice little ring to it. Never chat shit on the mic so the girls they like, but I'm like, yeah, she's into it. How's their little kids murked every day? Innocent youths shot dead in these war zones. Then I see heads shot cracked to the ends just to put brand names in their wardrobe. Bare vexing, balancing my hormones. Bare stress, grinding my jawbones. Spit bars that punch through your torso. Do you wanna come for my name again? Thought so. Bare big man just hating, stop it. Bars on the barrel to the temple popping. Double F fest should've saw that coming. Calm as a bitch when it comes back knocking. Left body blow straight to the belly. Man red chuck, legs like jelly. Watch these chat shit on telly. Thinking it's fake to the skies all shelly. I make a man spit for me, down on one knee with a ring for me. Cause once I pass on the mic and I'm like, here fam, what you really gonna bring for me? I make a chick spit to it, my bar's got a nice little ring to it. Never chat shit on the mic so the girls they like, but I'm like, yeah, she's into it. I make a man spit for me, down on one knee with a ring for me. Cause once I pass on the mic and I'm like, here fam, what you really gonna bring for me? I make a chick spit to it, my bar's got a nice little ring to it. Never chat shit on the mic so the girls they like, but I'm like, yeah, she's into it. I can flip back to the old school rap, know you like it like that, that's 30. Never been whack, I got more of that. Man's all shocked, eyes getting all blurry. You lot basic, kinda like QWERTY, let's just face it. Never been worthy, Persian chick with a hair that's curly. I'm a good girl, but spit so dirty. I hold it down, never been thirsty. Spell I don't hug, I'm far from flirty. Heard me on a boom, that vibe on a rap ting. Heard me on a house tune, now they all acting, wacting. That's rich, coming from a poor mind. I'm skinning my teeth, more grind. Everything I work for, all mine. If you wanna hate on me, that's your time. I got her into it. She never liked rap, I got her into it. I got her into it. She never liked rap, I got her into it.
And that was Shady Human Rights Spit for Me. We are back. We are back for round 2. Rohan, are you ready?
Yeah, bro. Bro, listen, I was skanking out to these tunes, bro. Like, that was a whole vibe.
Yeah, maybe soft spoken, but I'm hard hitting with the music.
Jeez, come on now. But yeah, for real, we back, ready for round 2. Do you know what I mean? Ready for round 2. So with that being said, I told you, we're not ready to cool you down yet. We're not ready to cool you down. I'm going to bring straight away. I've seen this lady perform twice. I think she's absolutely incredible. I think both of them was on BYOB, to tell you the truth. Without further ado, I'm going to bring it in. I believe she's in her kitchen and she's gonna cook up a storm. Oh, dad jokes. Come on. Get ready for Susie G Force.
Hello, it's great to be back. It's been a while, I think.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has.
You're here, ready.
I am. I've got a backing track. Is that all right?
Yeah, should be okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so basically I wrote this song about last year, and yeah, it's short and sweet. It's called Algorithmic, so hopefully this should work. Let me know if you can hear it. Actually, shall I play it first to see if you can hear it?
Yeah, play it.
Can you hear that?
Turn it up a bit.
Can you hear that?
Bring it up a bit more.
Can you hear it now?
That's better.
Yeah, nice.
Cool. Okay. So I'll move extra close to the mic so you can hear me. Yeah, this is called Algorithmic. We're painted pictures on slot machines, the dead air between ads and dreams. We're just the interval, the lauded sideshow of memes. It's algorithmic. Playing on my limbic system, now rewired to suit my mission. It's algorithmic. Patterns run like lunar phases. Hackles raised in all the right places. It's algorithmic. Emotions bind the lie I ride. Dismantle thoughts to analyze. It's algorithmic. Data run me through. Show me how close I can get to you. It's algorithmic. Wanting for a loud distraction. Don't need your love, just need your reaction. It's algorithmic. Wanting for a loud distraction. Don't need your love, just need your reaction. We're algorithmic. What were we before? It's so hard to tell. Algorithm soft cell, woven deep like a fairy tale. What were we before? The structures that we've longed for, the battles that we've died for, stories spun that have still stung, pain that is still sung for. What were we before? Oxygen we've been blessed with, your love that's been tested, the price tags that we've messed with. What were we before? Before we were algorithmic. What were we before? What were we before? Before we were algorithmic. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. Bringing the algorithms, I like that. Do you know what? You said something which I really like. Repainted pictures on slot machines. I really like that. I like. Well, I like it as well because behind you is Pac-Man, the ghost from Pac-Man, and I was like, yeah. And also, did you make the beat yourself?
I did, yeah.
Did you? It sounds like something from like Mario Kart.
Ooh, that's praise indeed. I do stream Mario Kart actually.
Mario Kart's dope. Like,
yeah, right.
Dope. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, see, kicking us off with the melody and vibes. I love it. Thank you so much, Susie. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you.
So coming up next is a very good friend of mine. Love this guy. He is amazing. He is all the way from Wolverhampton. I think that's next to Birmingham. I didn't pass geography. Bringing to the stage the Suave himself. It's Mickey Angel.
Headphone warning.
Mickey is also
Hi, everybody.
Hi, nice. Love it.
Oh God, it's so wonderful to be back here on BYOB. And honestly, I generally love the first half. I mean, I heard so much amazing poetry. I don't know where to keep up. I mean, I had a throwback from my old friend Temi, who I've known from a Birmingham. Is we had Nilofa Nova kicking us off with that insanely amazing piece, and everyone else, no words, and seriously, can we just talk about how amazingly amazing that song was? I was literally like dancing to it as well. I don't know why, but it was so addictive as well. But yeah. So the piece that I've got, I'm gonna let the birthday boy choose. So as today is Soft-Spoken Poet's birthday, I'm gonna let him choose. So, which piece would Soft-Spoken like to hear from me today? A, from my notebook, or B, from my tablet? Which one?
You know what? You spoil me. Book or tablet? Book or tablet? Book or tablet? You know what? Let's go for the book.
Okay.
You sound a bit disappointed. Did you want the tablet?
No, I'm not. I didn't mind which one because, like, I have got. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a crap ton of poems in here, so it's really difficult for me to choose. Actually, you know what? I know which one to go for. Where is it? Where is it? It's not here. You should have prepared for this before, but I didn't. No, so actually, no, I know which one to go. Where is it? I went past it. Okay, so the piece that I've got, I did this piece on Sin's Misfits Workshop, which is on every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. BST, ends in an hour. For more information, DM Cynical Insomniac on Instagram. And this is the piece that I got from it, from the prompt, which is also the same name of this title, Purple Streaks. Today, I witnessed something very horrific, as it was something that I thought I'd never see. It was the rainbow pooping. It was both disgusting and majestic to be witnessed to. After it becomes invisible to the naked eye, it relaxes its muscles from stretching all the time. You think it would hide to go potty, but it just went in public from both ends, with its sausage in green and lower melons in purple. The human juice was as pink as a flamingo, and poop was as purple as nectar. But not for honey. After wiping with clouds, it leaves faint purple streaks, which people may think it's just faded chalk. But unfortunately, if only they knew the truth behind those majestic calling cards.
Mickey, bro, I swear to God, I flipping love you, man. I flipping love you.
Rainbows of poop.
I know, right? How do you write about poo and just make it sound so nice?
Honestly, I didn't know what I was expecting when I wrote that piece, because at the start of, well, before I even did the work in the poem, I was like, how the hell am I going to write about purple streaks? And good God, it led to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, man. No, real talk, Mickey, man. You are a very, very, very good friend of mine. You are an OG, triple OG. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just blessed to like just have someone like you in my life. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, generally, man. And like, as someone who's like also had their experiences of fun with you, Rohan, I've honestly loved it as well. Be it on my show, Lyrical Lockdown every Saturday, my podcast and Jake Sit Down, available on Spotify, or in person in London back in last month.
Back in last month.
I can't remember what month. I'm sorry.
The sentence structure is beautiful. No, for real, bro. You are an absolute gem, man. Proper appreciate you for coming on and just dropping that shit. I'm getting better with these dad jokes. I'm really not. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop now. Abdullah, you started something, you know. So yeah. So after Mickey, we have another amazing poet. She is incredible. I'm not gonna lie, she's never worn a complete pair of socks in her life. She always wears odd socks. It's amazing. I fully respect that. Coming to the stage is the brilliant, the wonderful Mariam, aka Odd Socks.
How are you introducing her with a dad joke?
Bro, you got me started, man. You was like, Finland never finishes, and now we've come to this.
Rohan, what an introduction, honestly. I mean, there's a context behind the Odd Socks, but yes, it is the Odd Socks Diaries, absolutely right. Hope you've been having a nice evening, loving the work that we're hearing, guys. And I think I've got a bit more of a light-hearted thing going on today. So mine's actually written about Zoom, since we've all been, I'm sure, in Zoom meetings, and probably written in a Zoom meeting. But yeah, just don't tell anyone. The Zoom room. I'm sure we've all been in a Zoom meeting where everyone's speaking at the same time. There may be a lag, drag, or just a lack of manners in mind, or meetings where we're all on mute, but there's only one. Voice that drowns you just keeps going on, and I'm certain we've been in a meeting that we've tuned out of mentally, only to be put on the spot with a question we excuse ourselves from answering embarrassingly these damn virtual meetings. This pandemic has us adapting to now, what if I told you the way my mind works is exactly like those meetings on Zoom? The feelings and thoughts come flourish and alive and bloom as soon as I open my eyes, enter the voice that never seems to be on mute. I like to call her the pessimist warrior Blue. She is constantly going on and on from one negative thought to another and reminds me of how shitty the world is, so why even bother? And of course, her arch nemesis, this one, I call her my inflated amigo. She tells me, girl, you're popping like Olivia Rodrigo, but she's too busy to stay on the meetings like Blue. Tired of fighting for her time on my mental Zoom, so she goes off and comes back as she wishes and pleases. Less often I notice now she's not a fan of long speeches, and of course, lest we forget the wallflower anxiety. She pairs with Blue for the worst case scenarios of different varieties, and her go-to phrase is what if, and then she derails. Into nightmares before I've even tried, I failed, oh, and I need to tell you about Hungarina. The constant voice of hunger, the gluttonous princess who's always asking what the next meal is, I wonder, and in between Blue and anxiety and amigo and her highness the hungry, lies a muted voice that only listens, but has the loudest presence subconsciously. See trauma. She likes to stay present no matter the meeting's agenda. She wears vivid colors, she sees not much of a blender, she has been around for a long time. Doesn't seem to want to leave. I remember asking her once what her purpose was when I was naive and how come you show up on my meetings and don't ever speak? Her voice haunts me until this day. See, her previous silence had me deceived. She told me, sweet one, I'll stay here until you properly process the past and grief. But of course, and while I have the time to sit and process on time herself is constantly talking in the meetings, reminding me of how much more I need to do to progress and accomplish this evening, and oh, the most sporadic of all impulse randomly appears. Her voice is power. An excellent negotiator, the star of the hour, she gets what she wants. Her request must be answered immediately. From ice cream at 3 a.m. to adventures on the go, she commands mischievously, she has no patience, and when she can't get what she wants, she goes on and on. She keeps singing in loops, so girls just want to have fun. Misread scores. As she arrives for her monthly stay. A week with her constant downers will have you going insane. She plays with hormones, feelings, and knows she isn't liked much. When she leaves, she goes to come back the next month even more begrudged, but I must say, my favorite of all at the moment is my Netflix addict, Lazy Lows. All she ever wants to do is switch off the meeting and catch up on her latest shows. Thank you.
Yeah.
You say amigo, as in like your ego is your amigo.
Yes, you got it. I really was thinking, are you going to get it or not? Exactly
100%. that. You literally, I love it. I love it. I was picturing like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, like all of the people that you mentioned, like all into one room. I love that. I think you should record that on Zoom and then get Zoom to sponsor you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that actually, I don't know how far it will go, but yeah, let's see for sure. Why not?
I mean, why not? Why this summer? Like, come on,
Absolutely.
let's do this.
There we go. Sponsor
I love
me.
it. Book me. No, I love it. No, for real. Thank you so much, B. That's incredible. And I'm gonna be seeing you, BYOB.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes, you are, sir. That's it.
24th of May.
Looking forward.
24th.
That's
I'm
what's
fully
up.
wearing. I'm telling you now. I'm fully wearing odd socks like to the 24th of May.
Don't steal my thing. That's my thing. You go
I'm
find
showing
your own.
appreciation. Do you know what I mean? Appreciation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Tom,
No, I
fully
respect that,
did it. But thank you so much for coming, for blessing us.
Pleasure.
You know what I mean? Appreciate you. Now we're gonna move on. I don't think I've ever heard this poet before, so I'm like mad excited. I'm so excited, and like his background just looks crazy cool. It looks like he's just chilling next to lava. So he's already bringing heat, and he hasn't even said anything yet. Hey, Jesus, come on, coming to the stage is. See, he's so good. He named himself twice. Muhammad, let's go.
Tell him,
right.
tell him. You know what? Give him a BYOB welcome. Everyone, unmute your mics and give him a round of applause,
Let's
please.
go.
Come on.
Let's go. Come on.
Come on.
Hey.
So the background is from, I think it's the sky, some picture of the universe when my dad was born. I think that's what this one is. So there's a special moment in the universe. They take pictures of it and you put your birthday in there and they show you what the sky or the universe looked like at that date. Anyway, so my name is Mohammed and everyone calls me Mosh, so you can call me Mosh. And you guys have basically made me feel, I've been looking at all my poems throughout every single poet that's come on. And I think I've decided to go with this special piece called Love is Excalibur. Okay, so I'm about to start. Wish me luck. Love is Excalibur. People look at love like a blessing, some divine manna to keep us going. But what is it truly? I look at love as a responsibility. A mother's love for her child is measured through her care. She's responsible to and for that child. The child doesn't understand this burden, this grand exchange of energy. So they accept its weight without any regards for its consequence. Love is like a blade. Anyone can purchase or wield any blade. Some we wield are beneath our standing, some so perfect they feel like extensions of our limbs, and some so sharp they cut us. I am aware of the true nature of love. So when I come across the stone hedge that wields my Excalibur, the love I deserve, my palms begin to sweat. Am I truly worthy of this love? Will I truly be happier if this blade rejects me like it has so many others before me? As I grab its hilt, I feel it budge and I'm afraid, for this means I might be worthy. I look around me and see men in waiting. Some of them are new here. Some have tried so many times to pull it free and failed, but still they have refused to give up. I concentrate at my fated task and I heave. Excalibur and all its glory shines free. I brandish this beautiful love above my head for all to see, and I know the sword of kings deems me worthy. I look into the eyes of my fellow suitors, pain, relief, greed, jealousy, myriad of emotions bare for all to see. I didn't come to the stone hedge with belief. I came with only luck and a gambler's spirit. I did not even bring a sheath. What sheath can even wield this blade in all its magnificence? How does one hide love this grand? I sit in my home, naked blade across my lap, fear mixed with joy wells deep within. Do I deserve this love? Can I be responsible to it? I realize this blade is Excalibur and doesn't even need my care. My existence is enough. Still, I'm afraid I'll ruin it somehow. My hands become filthy before my very eyes, and I'm sure I'll mar this beautiful blade. I search frantically for a sheath. I've tried everything, but Excalibur cuts through. This love cannot be hidden away. The blade shines and reflects the window to my soul so perfectly I see what the blade sees. I see the version of myself that is worthy. This version meant to inspire confidence only scares me. Will I live up to the man Excalibur sees? Do I become him with or without Excalibur? This reminds me of a mother's love, where I'm old enough now to understand its weight. So I look into the window Excalibur reveals and I ask myself, am I worthy? And that's it.
What's your fucking word? That was amazing.
Jeez, yo, everybody unmute. Give Mush a round of applause.
Yo, what?
I said Excalibur and all its glory shines free. My friend, you are shining right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that. Is this your first time performing?
Yes, this is my very first time.
What?
Like your first time?
Yeah, I'm a virgin to this experience. It's Marsh, the Triple M, Mary's one of my names. So yes, this is my very first time.
Hold on, what part of the UK are you at?
I'm actually from London, but I am in Manchester right now.
Okay, well, come back down to London. We need you.
Bro.
Thank you. I'll put my @ in here and you guys can probably follow me. I don't have an Instagram. All I have is a Twitter. It's all jokes and bants, but you guys can follow me and show me love. I love this. I was stuck between many poems, like I said, but I chose Love is Excalibur because I realized you guys will appreciate that one more. Thank you.
I'm glad you chose it, man. I'm glad you chose it. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for choosing this platform to be your first time that you performed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you absolutely smashed it, bro. Absolutely smashed it. Big up yourself, man. Trust me. So we go to our next poet. I don't know if I see her in the room. Is Sahar or Lantantaria?
Yeah, no, Sahar's not here today.
Okay.
But we do have Jenny.
Jenny. Oh, we've also, hold up. We've got Jenny. We've got. Okay, cool. So going down the list, I think it's Becky C. I see Becky C. That was, I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start with the dad jokes. I'm gonna just go back to being a plain human. Becky C, please come to the stage. I don't think I've heard your poetry, so I'm getting like whole new people. Like I'm loving it.
First time on BYOB, by the way, we need to give her a massive round of applause.
Oh, come on, everyone! Massive round of applause. First time here.
Thank you.
Before you get started, what does your t-shirt say?
They're all like drum and bass and jungle MC and vocalists.
Come on.
So Nicolette, Rachel Wallace, Chickaboo, Diane Charlemagne, and more. So yeah, big up all the ladies. Thanks for having me on. It's my first time, so
the stage is yours.
Okay, so this I couldn't decide which one to do, but I'm going to do this. It's called Fed Up, just because, sometimes like the state of the world. And I wrote this poem just in one go. I just sat up in bed and I was like, my head's going, I need to write something. So this is what came out. Oh, I'm fucking fed up. Fed up of this, I'm fed up of that. I'm fed up of Facebook and all that chat. Fed up of me, fed up of you. I'm fed up of the shit that the newspapers spew. I'm fed up with lies. I'm fed up with truth. I'm fed up with people always blaming the youth. I'm fed up with preachers who forget to be teachers. I'm fed up with scrolling and the bells that are tolling. I'm fed up with Tories, both the red and the blue. I'm fed up with secrets and things that ain't true. I'm fed up with talk. I'm fed up with middle-class people on walks. I'm fed up with scratching at the door of change. I'm fed up with waiting for the revolution to be arranged. I'm fed up with victims. I'm fed up with me. I'm fed up of marching and believing in change. I'm fed up with finding others to blame. I'm fucking fed up. I'm fed up of opposites and no middle ground. I'm fed up of opinions with no facts to be found. I'm fucking fed up. I'm fed up at day. I'm fed up at night. I'm fed up with people always thinking they're right. I'm fed up of light. I'm fed up of dark. I'm fed up of head fucks in this system of sharks. I'm fed up of excuses. I want to smash this shit up. I want to burn it all down. Start it again with the friends that I found. I'm fed up with decisions that don't mean shit. I'm fed up with people with not one single bit of wit. I'm fed up for real, but don't be alarmed. I'm actually feeling proper calm. But I'm fed up with slyness and politicking tricks. I'm fed up with the cycles of these same suited pricks. I'm fed up of their stories and obsession with glories. I'm fucking fed up. I'm fed up of the shallow and the morally corrupt, the layers of power that you have to suck up. I'm fed up of not knowing who the fuck to believe. I'm fed up of wars and people drowning at sea. I'm fed up of compassion being reduced to a fee. I'm fed up with inertia. I'm feeling so helpless. Nothing is new. The future's been bought. I just don't believe in the things I've been taught. It's all just patterns and energy flow. When will we learn to let it all go? But I'm fed up with no reason or critical skills. I'm fed up with poor people always footing the bill. I'm fed up with tax havens and posh second homes when there's kids on the street and there's skin in their bones. I'm fed up with deniers, criers and dyers. I'm fucking fed up of feeling this tired. I'm fucking fed up. But I know it'll pass. I'll just settle back down, stop making a fuss. So the cycle repeats and in deeper we go. This is how life is, the ebb and the flow. Tomorrow I'll be grateful and loved up, not blue. But right now I'm fed up is true. I'm fed up the police don't care about crime. The men do to women and never get time.
Tell them again.
I'm fed up our men are dying so sad, unable to cope in a world messy and mad. I'm fed up of life chances being reduced to your skin. The harder you are, the darker you are, the harder to win. I'm fed up with masters ransacking the earth. Everything's a price, but they don't know its worth. I'm fed up with this insurmountable doom, all from the comfort of my heated bedroom. I'm fed up that we're so comfy that we just don't act. We're in too fucking deep and that's just a fact. To burn down this system, it just has to burn. How many cycles before we all learn?
Yes. Just yes. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that.
It just all came out in one go. I was just sat up in bed and I was just like, I'm fucking fed up.
Do you know what? I think you should be fed up more often because that was flames. That was absolute. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. Like,
thank you.
I think for like Abdullah's sake, I'm not allowed to pick sides, but I love your poem and I'm just going to leave it as that because people still need to, you know, get sponsorship and that. So I'm just going to leave it as that. But I think that was unbelievable. So many truths. So many truths.
Yeah.
BYOB.
I'm like, I'm speechless. It was too good. Thank you so much, Becky. Definitely drop your at in like that in the chat. Because yeah, man, I think that was incredible.
Becky, can you do us a favor and record that so we can listen to it again and again? Because Rohan just said it as well. She wants to hear it herself one more time.
It's on SoundCloud actually. Just at Becky C. It's on SoundCloud. Yeah.
Please put the link in the chat, please.
I will do. Thank you.
Come on. Love it. Sweet. Okay. So next up, I believe we have Imogen, Poets and Muse. My screen is very small, by the way. I can't really see much. I believe it says Poets and Muse.
Poets and Muses.
And Muses, yes. Okay. Poets and Muses, brilliant. I have not heard Imogen before, so I'm proper excited. Like, so many new people and fresh faces. I feel like it's the first day of school. Thank you very much for blessing us, Imogen, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate being here. I'm very sorry this is the last virtual open mic that you will have for a while, but I'm glad I'm in. So I will read you something from some time ago. And this is, I just chosen out kind of in reaction to what Becky has said, read, which was amazing, by the way. It's called Call Me Cassandra. As a child whose parents survived a revolution, I cannot condone them. They bring up dust storms that suffocate innocent bystanders only to settle on the same landscape. Yet I see the oncoming revolution with a gleeful anticipation of Schadenfreude, though this is not glee, but the nervous laughter that replaces cries of horror. For I spy the hopeful gleam sparkling in inexperienced eyes, self-blinkered from contemporaneous failed revolts. I want to shout out warnings, but I too am caught up in this broken system, wishing for rescue while my limbs grow weary from staying afloat. and sight blurry with disappointed tears as generations of prophets become grifters and swindlers downstreaming with the flow, even as they dye themselves pink and swear to be salmon. While the genuine articles are netted to near extinction, gorged by the malnourished, famished for knowledge, stoked with phobias, defining saviors by sight, ignoring their content, swooned by rhythmic sermons with eyes shut against counterfeit actions, playing perfect audience to revolutionaries calling for a change of actors, though keeping the stage, settings, and characters.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. That was picturesque. Absolutely picturesque.
Thank you.
Where are you based?
In the US.
Oh, so it's not far. It's not far.
Not far, no.
Well, you can come to London anytime. If you're ever in London, please definitely come by and come perform live on stage. That was just incredible.
You know, there's so many stages around as well. I mean, we're blessed to have another open mic host here as well, in Jenny, who hopefully we're bringing back Rebel Soapbox at some point to London. And if not, there's Brighton, there's Edinburgh that she represents as well, or Glasgow. She's probably going to kill me for this. Edinburgh, yeah, there we are. Sorry. But yeah, there's so many places for open mics, not just in London but all around the UK. And we'd love to have you, Imogen, if you are ever around.
Oh yeah, I would love to be back in London again, and because the last time I was in London, I was not doing this, so it will be great to check out all the amazing spoken word poets that I know are out there. So thank you.
Oh no, thank you for blessing us, and yeah, for real. Whenever you're down, it would be great to have you. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, Imogen. And next up, we have another good friend of mine. She is my cheesecake confidant. She is an amazing poet, and she's always bringing just fire, flames, and just a ridiculously beautiful love of cheesecake.
I mean, would it could you to just call her a beautiful soul?
Well,
Bro,
I thought that's where we were
life,
going because we'd already said the cheesecake.
Bro, cheesecake is life. Okay, it's life.
Well, I'm gonna torch you on Thursday when that cheesecake gets delivered, and it's fine.
Cheers, thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, the stage is all yours.
Cool. I totally changed what I was gonna do after hearing other people's. So there is a trigger warning with this. It is about sexual assault. So if that's too much, just mute me for a little while. And it's called Movement for an Anthem. I just want a moment of your time, a moment to ask a few questions. What gives you the right to touch someone who said no, who was drunk, who was just out having fun? You might as well have had a gun, held it to the head and been done, because you have no idea what your actions have begun. Does the word no mean a thing? Can you actually hear with those things on the side of your head? Or are you just full of such aggression that you feel the need to make an impression and chase an obsession and then just pass it off as a minor digression? We are not your possession to touch and to hold, to grab and be sold. And why the hell would people vote for someone who wants to grab women by the pussy? And let's just point out that that is sexual assault, and that sexual assault is a crime, and that your actions led to people being dead because you've covered them in grime. And did you really just say that one person's sexual assault is another's flirtation? Since when is putting your hands under someone's dress and running them over their vagina a sign of fucking flirtation? We are not your slaves on a plantation where you got your dick wet without reprise. Not least you deserve is a chemical castration. But hey, it's our fault, right? Because of what we were wearing. Never mind your disgusting gyration against people who wouldn't even piss on you if you were burning. And we live in a society where it's asked in court, what were you wearing? Well, is it any wonder they were staring and wanting to touch? How many people have you slept with? None? You're a liar. More than one? You're a slut. And then the prosecution flounder as their counter arguments backfire when the judge tells them that it doesn't matter what the defendant has done in their past, where we have the exhibitions of the clothing of rape victims. No, not of victims, of survivors, to show that the clothing does not give a reason for that question to be asked. Wolf whistles out the window of a car and, hey baby, what's your number? Vile abuse as she ignores your advances, then when you try and brush them off, you tell your mate she must be gay. Touch is placed on hips, bums, an accidental growth of a boob in a darkened bar. But wait, what was that? You wouldn't say any of this in front of your daughter, but you just said and did all of the above and more, so tell me, what would you do if your daughter said no, but they chased her and caught her? The look on your face full of dismay, but still you don't listen to the messages conveyed and carry on with your disgusting display. And hey, another question for you. Do you really think anyone wants to see a pic of your dick? And why would you even want it compared to a can? Because trust me, next to that, the can is appealing. Unasked for sexual messages along with the unsolicited pics. You're not my type, but I'd fuck you anyway. Let me put my cock between your teeth and clean them. They're frigid because they don't want you, but in the next breath, they're a cock tease. They wanted it, they're just a whore. Well, you're just a bore who repeats the same shit when you're shown the door, but you follow them out to settle the score because you can't accept the fact that they don't adore you. And another question. Why the fuck do you think that threats of rape are the way to end a debate? Oh, wait, you don't. Because you're just a cunt who thinks you deserve one, but a cunt is too good for you. And while we're at it, so is a dick, because to have one of those, you should at least be a man, but you're not even a mouse. And on the topic of men, do you really think that a man can't be raped? What the hell do you call it when they don't consent and they just get told to man up, take it like a man and be grateful for the sex? But they were hard, so they obviously wanted it, right? And it can't have been rape if you had an orgasm. Do people understand how a body works, the lengths it will go to protect itself? And just because someone was on their knees on the bed giving you head does not mean that when they're led there drunk and passed out, you take what you want. Thinking it's appropriate to message someone who you delivered a parcel to, when then they don't respond, stalking them online to find their personal details, Messenger, Facebook, email, work, scrolling through 3 years worth of Insta posts and getting pissed off when they don't respond, but instead report you to your police and work, to the police in your work. But being told, well, he obviously just found you attractive, you should be flattered. Oh, fine, you feel stalked, I'll do the paperwork. And they just throw it to one side and sits on the end of the phone and smirks. Being told by bosses that you'll sell better if you show more skin. Then they try for a grope in the back office while there's no one around. They put the hand over your mouth and tell you not to make a sound. Let's just fool around. Then they throw you to the ground and as you count down on their hand. Groups of men waiting for parents to nick to the loo while they go and intimidate a girl of 13, following them around a shopping centre and showing them their cock. Bums being pinched at the age of 14, but it's just part of the job. Just look forward to the tips, wear a better bra and push up your tits. They go into a state of shock as they don't know how to come forward and talk. We teach them that this is wrong, to speak out, don't get hurt, keep yourself safe. But in the same breath, we've got games for young girls encouraging dating. Dolls that sigh, giggle and go, ooh, when you touch a special button between their legs. Why the hell is this something that we're putting in their heads? And every time I went back to this piece, there was more and more to add. Messages from friends, calls from friends of friends, DMs and voice notes from strangers. My own shit littered through the lines. So when does this end? Because it's not here. It's nowhere near.
Yo, stand up and pay attention. Stand up and pay attention. You know, right? I've heard that piece a few times, and every time, like, another line hits me, and then another line, and another line, and another line. It's just, it's like a beating from Joshua. Like, it's not even a poem. It's like, it's an anthem. It's not a poem. It's an anthem.
Yeah, I've nearly finished part 2, which is depressing all in its own way.
I was just going to ask you about part 2.
The fact
you need a part 2 for that though is also just indicative of where we are at the moment, aren't we?
Mate, there's a part 3. Part 2 is nearly finished and part 3 is being started because there was too much stuff to put in part 2. And I was like, how is there even 3? How? Why? This should not, the 1 shouldn't have needed to be written.
That is, as much as I am so happy that you're touching on this subject and you're making people aware, I'm also very disgusted at the fact that you actually have to write this.
Yeah.
But then,
the world for you.
hey, facts. But then, do you know what? If no one was writing it, it would be even worse. So keep doing it, keep fighting it, keep pushing it, because you are absolutely incredible. All cheesecake aside, you are absolutely incredible. All right, thank you for just blessing us, and not even just blessing us. Thank you for informing us as well. Do you know what I mean? Thank you for informing us. All right. Thank you, B1. Thank you. Next up, we have. She's amazing. Next up, we have Jenny Folds, who is just just an amazing person. She's like a proper bundle of joy. Like, she's so cool. I got to meet her at Life and Rhymes.
That's it. I was trying to remember the exact time I actually seen her in person, though, because it feels like I've known her all my life.
You guys are sweet. It's lovely to see you. How have you been?
I've been really, really chilled.
Yeah?
Yeah, kind of hot. Can't lie. It's been a very, very hot show. Like, hot as in the poetry's fire, not hot like erotic.
Yeah, I'm like really hot right now.
Yeah, I don't know why I had to clarify that, but I had to just clarify it real quick, you know. But yeah, like, Jenny, the stage is yours. Bring that flames.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to do a piece I wrote for the Old Market Theatre in Brighton as part of their Reigning Women series, and we streamed it live from the actual venue. Amazing. And I wrote 3 parts to it. It was called Loss, Hope and Thoughts Becoming Things, and I'm going to do the hope part. And if you hear my dog, you hear some kind of snorting, it's not me, it's my dog. Okay. Far in the distance, it started as a murmur. They could feel a stampede heading in their direction. They don't even know it yet, but this unmistakable force hurtling towards them is hope. Rushing through the dark, dank and dusty landscape, pushing past this desolate destruction, galloping towards them fast and furious. They have reached the bottom, and now the only way is up. And this hope starts to awaken, flickering inside of them, igniting one by one, whispering, which starts to stoke the fire faster, the whisper turning into chatter, the chatter turning into inspiring conversation. And this hope rumbles on from person to person. There is no stopping it now. Rushing from cities through villages and towns, this hope has become a chorus of joy and glorious technicolor, laughing and drinking, dancing and singing, outpouring love, creative thinking. A party with all your favorite people in one room, reminiscing and talking of all the missing, when that song that everybody knows the words to drop, sweet dreams are made of this. There are hands in the air and twirling round, all your favorite people singing at the tops of their voices is the most perfect sound. Arms around necks and swaying, busting out dance moves till the music's playing, propping up the bar with cocktails and dreams, finishing each other's sentences to get the punchline in. Jack and Nori's story time with everybody listening and joining in. I will never take this for granted ever again. The gratitude that will stay with us. The ordinary never felt so good. Thank you.
Fucking love you, Jenny.
Yo, Jenny brings that heat.
I actually missed out about a minute and a half of it because I've only just started learning it. So
don't say that. Don't say
I know, totally. You know when you do that, but yeah, it's like, you get that feeling, right? It's like, I can't fucking wait. I can't wait until like we can be in the same room together. It's going to be amazing.
Well, that's a nice little segue. Well, we're happy to re-announce our next shows on the 24th of May, 6th of June, 21st of June, and then twice in July and twice in August, or maybe 3 times in August. I can't remember exactly. So, but whenever we have a show, Jenny, please do bless our stage, because we missed out on having you on our stage proper because of the lockdown, and it would just be amazing to see you in person.
I would absolutely love to. Just tell me when and I'll be there.
I'll send you the dates via DM at some point.
Brilliant.
Sweet. Also, can I just add, right? You said a word in your poem which I haven't heard for so long. The word is dank.
Dank.
I'm like, ooh, that brings back South London memories.
Dank.
Dank. Well, B, thank you so much for blessing us, man. It's always amazing. Like your energy, your vibe, your poetry is just flames. And also your collection of hats as well. I'll just have
My
to shout out.
collection of hats. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
This is my lucky hat. Actually, I competed in the World Slam Championships and I came second in the World Slam Championships on Saturday. And it's because I was wearing my lucky hat. I wear it every time I do slams. And yeah, it got me to second place. So yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Well,
Thank
if
you.
I ever need to buy a lottery ticket,
yeah,
you might have to just come and borrow that hat. Come and borrow that hat. Thank you so much. Well, guys, we are coming to the end of our show, and I'm not gonna lie, the last act is just an incredible human being. He is a master of words. He is a host himself. He is a downright genuine OG, triple OG human being. He is humble. He is softly spoken. But on top of that, he has a massive, massive heart. And he's someone that has personally helped me through my own poetic journey. He gave me my first ever paid headline. Hey, I bought so much milk and cereal for my kids. It was unreal. He is just an incredible person, and he is going to bless us and close the show. And it's his birthday as well. Come on, happy birthday to the man that looks just about 21. All right, it is
just about
just like one chin hair under. It is the man himself. It is soft-spoken.
Soft-spoken, hard-hitting. Now put those letters in position. You need to understand why you need to shut up and listen. Right. So you know what? That's my new call out every time. So every time I get on stage, I'm going to say that.
Bro, say it again. My crazy uncle in the back didn't hear you.
Soft-spoken, hard-hitting. Now put my initials in position. You now need to know when you need to shut up and listen.
Yes.
Here we go. Thank you. By the way, I see everyone in the chat earlier on just saying happy birthday to me. Thank you. I was just trying to do the whole directing from my side as well. So I appreciate it. Thank you. This is probably the first time I'm celebrating my birthday like this in a while. But yeah, here we go. This poem comes from the heart. Just like everyone, I think I feel stuck. And there's a few reasons why. And obviously what's happening right now in the Middle East is a big reason why as well. But here we go. It's called Stuck. I'm stuck in traffic or Pogba still at Old Trafford. My dad on a Sudoku, he can't manage, or a paralyzed Pokemon battle taking damage. I'm stuck like a deluded Brexiteer looking for the good old days, or like an asylum seeker waiting on an application that's delayed, or like me during uni in summer working minimum wage, or wishing for good old hip hop. Man, those times are a haze. I'm stuck like an impatient traveler in Euston waiting for the next train, or an open micer waiting to unload what's on their brain, or a gym goer on protein looking for their next gains, or choosing expect savers looking at which two frames should I take. I'm stuck. I'm looking at your Uber in the same place on the map for the last 10 minutes, or trying to call for a new link but you're missing a digit, or back when you're on pay as you go and you reach your limit, or GTA 5 in the shootout with Trevor and Rampage and his Rampage finishes. I'm stuck. I'm waiting for my seed but I'm 33, or trying to get appreciated for my poetry. I'm stuck. I'm a child for 6 weeks trying to have some fun, or a remote control not working and Channel 4's Simpsons and there's still those fucking reruns, and being unhappy in work with your profession, or good intentions but given the wrong impressions, or rock and a hard place when it comes to education, or Daily Mail readers still know that Harry married Meghan, or the royal family for some reason an institution, or the biggest media outlets being run by open Freemasons. I'm stuck. Like the son of Jeremy Corbyn's personality assassinations, or negotiations with Europe under Boris Johnson, or matter of fact, we're led by donkeys and they still govern, and I'm stuck like Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton, or Native American home gone in the Amazon, or Amazon and Google not paying correct taxation, or stunned in front of a police gun as an African American, or racism and class hatred are part of Great Britain, and Enya Luka against the Football Association, or Zekzeki under Nigerian tyrannical oppression. I'm stuck like Yemen, Syria, Rohingya, Uyghur, religious oppression, Salahuddin, Palestine, looking for salvation. I'm stuck. Thank you.
Give this man his flowers. Yeah, he's got flowers. You're getting more. Bro, that was incredible. I almost like had to tell you to stop and do it again. Like I had to woo you. Like, I was almost about to woo you up.
Yeah, you know, soft spoken doesn't just mean it's because I stutter as well. Like you would have got me all the way back to 2001 with my speech impediment if you got me to start again.
No, I didn't want to. Like it was just, bro. You took us on a journey. You took us on a bed knobs and broomsticks journey, bro. Like for real. And a lot of people right now are in the same position. Like and it's not like it's just one thing. There are so many different things that people are stuck on, and it's hard.
You ever get like empathy fatigue, where it's just like you look everywhere on the news and you just find something new that you have to pay attention to? Like, you know, with Palestine, I can openly say 2018, I had to not look anymore because there were just too many other things that I had to worry about in my life. But honestly, like what's happening in Palestine right now is just like not only is it heartbreaking, it's just detrimental to humanity and the history of humans on this earth as a whole. And you know what? There's always two sides to a story, but when one side is lopsided and people are dying, you know, then it becomes a story of, you know, you've got to take a stand. You've got to take a stand. So that's me and my stand. That's the only thing that I can do from this side of the pond. And as far as I'm concerned, I just really hope that the innocent people who are always stuck in the middle actually get a chance to breathe and live their lives. And you know what, I'm not trying to talk in code here as well, but I genuinely think that there are going to be people on the Palestinian side who are going to try and take advantage of the situation. But at the same time, remember, it's the humans, it's the innocent humans who have to suffer as well. When I see a man crying because he's just seen his firstborn for the first time ever because there was a bomb between him and the hospital. There we are.
Sets precedent, man. Do you know what I mean? Bro, thank you so much for not only putting on this show, not only your amazing hosting skills and behind the scene skills that you do with the computer and everything, but also just blessing us with some empathy and some knowledge and some words for us to not only just speak about, but to act on as well. So, bro, for real, man, give you your flowers, man. Give you your flowers, bro.
Thank you. Right. I reckon we end the show here as well. We're all going to stay on the live to have a bit of banter as well. But everyone at home, thank you. Can we just give a massive round of applause to Rohan, who had 15 minutes warning to come and be the host today?
I had to put on my face, I can't lie. Behind these cheeks, ugh, don't want to see it.
I don't want to see any of your cheeks, to be fair.
I love it. But nah, seriously, guys, thank you, man. Thank you for having me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't turn on this opportunity. BYOB is just an unbelievable platform. Do you know what I mean? And you guys can find me on Instagram at poet_RS. And yeah.
Plug in the workshops.
Yeah,
Oh,
tell them
yeah.
about the workshops.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's really late. Yeah, so I actually run open mind workshops, which is workshops that are writing for healing, and I run them every Friday. This is actually like the second volume that I'm halfway through now. It's fully booked, but I will be back with volume 3 around about like August, to be fair, and they're online on Zoom. So definitely, like, DM me if you want to know more. Look out for my post that I'm going to be putting out on Instagram. And just another little drop. I'm writing a book. That's what you're going to get for that one. Just know I'm writing a book. So yeah, more information when that comes out. And to everyone that's performed, like all the new people I've heard today, all the people that I've heard like always, my friends, my people, like you've all been amazing. You've dropped that heat. Like, I think I'm on my 5th cup of tea right now. Yeah, so just thank you guys. Honestly, thank all of you. You've been amazing.
And this is the last BRB online for the time being, up until we can work out a way of doing it. I mean, we have the Zoom subscription for another year as well. So if people would like to guest host once in a while, of course, Akor isn't here to approve this as well. So we'll obviously have to get him involved for this, but he's not going to say no, I'm sure. So if you guys want to take part and be hosts for us, when we can't do it, we would love to have you as well. But for the time being, I've been Softspoken. You guys have been amazing, and we will see you May 24th in the flesh. Thank you very much for being with us. This is BYOB number 6.